Ideally, Genuine Savings is in a separate bank account. So if you have a transaction account where you get paid and your pay goes in, you're going to have money in here, and then your bills go out. So you pay for whatever you need to pay for in the month, like food and electricity and all of that stuff. We actually want to set up a separate account. And you want this account to be your Genuine Savings, and it must be in the applicant's name, either one or both of you. Can't be in a parent's name or somewhere else. This is really important. And what we want to do is we actually want to set up an automatic transfer into this account and factor that into your budget of how much you're going to put in there. And then in this account, what we're going to see is every deposit, the balance of this account is going to grow. Now, you can do it the same each pay period, or you can put a little bit in and say, okay, well, I'm saving a minimum of this amount, but then if you want to put in more, say you get a tax check back or you are better at saving that month, you have money left over, it doesn't have to be consistent, but it does have to go up over the period of the 90 days. So just keep that in mind. Whenever we're applying, we will need to get the bank statements to show the lender for the last 90 days that's happened to our Genuine Savings. Now, there's always caveats to everything. You can use gifted funds with some lenders, but it is the minority and I wouldn't be relying on it in your planning. If you need to use that, we can look at that policy when we catch up. But ideally, if you're setting yourself up, this is really what we want to start doing. Now, there's an activity for your Genuine Savings in there, so you can get that set up. A high interest savings account is a good option. A term deposit, sometimes you can't get your money back if you need it, so you're locked in for a period of time. So often just a high interest savings account separate to this, where you've got all your bills coming out, is what we want to set up. So that's that activity. Now, your credit report is really important to the lenders because it shows your credit character. So what that means is, it's how are you at managing your liabilities? How are you at looking for credit or living within your means? If you have lots of inquiries for credit on your credit file, the message it could send to the lender is that you're actually looking for credit a lot because you don't have enough money to live within your means and you don't budget well or manage your money well. Now, that may or may not be the case, but all they've got to go by is your credit report. So on there is your inquiries for credit. There's also any open facilities that you have and how you've been managing them for the last 2 years. So each month it'll say whether that's been paid, if say a car loan or a personal loan, and every month it'll show whether you've paid that or not and if you're behind. So they'll be able to see if you're behind on there. It's important to know what's on your credit report, and I'll check that for you when we meet up, but you can actually get a free report and download it yourself so you can see what's on it. There's an activity to do that if you'd like to. I do recommend it so you know that if there's any errors on there or what it looks like. But it also is good to just keep it in mind. So as you're working towards your loan, try not to go for any credit that you don't need to, because the more inquiries, recent inquiries on there, it doesn't look great for the credit report. If you need to borrow money, you need to borrow it, but just something to keep in mind. So that activity is there. Market research. So some people say to me, oh, I don't want to go to open homes because we're not ready yet, and I don't want to waste people's time, and I don't feel like we should be going out there. And the first thing I say to that is, oh my gosh, you have to go. Go out every weekend. So it's market research. Don't go in with the mindset of, is this my first home? Go in with, what can I learn here today? Have a look around, meet the real estate agents, start learning what properties look like in the suburb that you're in, and then go to a different suburb, go to different parts of the suburb where you think you may or may not want to live. Think of it as data collection, because by the time you've done all of this stuff and you've saved the money you need and you're ready to buy, and we get to what I call the pointy end, if you start research then about the properties, then you might not be ready to know where you want to buy and how much it's going to cost you. So definitely get out there. I would recommend doing every Saturday. See as many as you can, including places you think you may buy and may not buy. Funny story that we actually bought our family home we have right now, and it was something that I didn't actually go to. My husband said, we should go see this house. And I'm like, I don't want that. Online, didn't look great. No, I'm not coming. He went, loved it, saw the potential in it. I then went with him, and then we ended up buying it. So definitely get out there and just learn. There is an activity in there from realestate.com just to learn what's out there, but definitely go and schedule in your Saturday mornings together if you're with a partner, and just learn what's in your area and what things cost. So the last activity here is the Home Guarantee Scheme. So this is a federal government scheme that first home buyers and single parents and some other criteria, but mainly single parents and first home buyers, they can access support, I guess is what you call it, to get into your first home. So on this activity online, there's an eligibility checker. So I encourage you to go on there, download that, jump online and check if you're eligible for government assistance. Now for first home buyers, at the time we're recording this, there is assistance that you can get into your first home, as I mentioned before, with a 5% deposit. And they will actually assist you by not making you pay lender's mortgage insurance. So something I didn't mention over here before, this is how much money you need to get in. But if you're not a first home buyer and you don't qualify for any assistance, most of the time the lenders feel a bit of risk associated with you going in with only 5% deposit. So because the loan is risky, they're going to charge you a higher rate and they're going to charge you lender's mortgage insurance, which covers them in case you don't pay the loan back. They are comfortable at 80%. LVR, but not at 95% LVR. So these schemes are designed to help first home buyers get in with no LMI and a competitive rate. But yeah, you have to qualify for them obviously. And so it can save you a lot of money. So jump on there and see if you qualify. Again, we'll talk about this when we catch up, but it's good for you to know in advance as well.